video recording for Review Ed is provided by Whatburner. Take Skype video to the next level. Record, edit, upload at vodburner.com. As you are in one of the niches, and I think it's a big niche. So, what do you think is the attraction of playing social games or educational games in language learning? So why do you think it attracts more and more people?
It's primarily the engagement of games. So the games industry is very advanced now. It's been going for probably 30 years. And they're very good at designing things that users will come back to over and over again and do for no particular or no perceived advantage of their own entertainment. So when you make these things educational, and especially language learning, as we discussed earlier, you need to come back and use language over and over again to learn it. When you combine the two, you get an environment where students are coming back and doing the language exercises over and over again and sort of picking up language this way, learning language this way. So I think it's two things. So people know the power of computer games from either playing it themselves, seeing their children play it, or how addictive it is, and sort of the logic that spending time with the language helps you learn it. This idea that language classes are always boring, I'm sure many teachers will argue with that, but that's a popular idea out there. And also sort of online business and things like that are not considered the most exciting thing in the world. So you get professional game design in, it suddenly opens up a whole new audience, a whole new world.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and that's it. So I mean, humans are or is really a human, probably a human deep inside a certain need to play. So if it works for other games and now these social games, why shouldn't it work with some modifications and so on for educational games? But of course, seeing this in the respect, of course, with all that data and experience the game industry, like you said, collected over the last 30 years to like really make educational games, not boring. So, and at what point are you with educational games, or also in a virtual world like you with English Town and Second Life, compared to these classic computer games, or of course World of Warcraft? Like, are you 10 years back? Are you almost on like the same level yet, or how much does the educational game industry have to like compensate, or still is there a long way to go to keep up with the progress the normal computer or PC games make?
We take some of the tricks that computer games and apply them to language learning, and a lot of the tricks that virtual worlds do, and apply them to learning. So in terms of technology, we're behind the games, but in terms of methods, but I mean, we're just using exactly the same ones that the games use. So basic, but our interpretation of them. So and we measure our success in student engagement. So if you look at Second Life's usage, the average Second Life user uses it for more hours of a week than a World of Warcraft user uses Warcraft. So I think it is probably the most popular thing out there, and people are not gaming there; they're doing social things. They're talking there, role playing, etc. And our engagement levels are similar. I may have mentioned before, but it's for January, 68% of our students spend more than 20 hours a week in the city, so in English city, and that's all time they're speaking English, doing things in English. So on that scale, so we're getting 20 hours a week out of most of our students. A good computer game could probably get is probably 30. Second Life is probably 40 hours a week. So we're some way there. I suspect part of the problem is our students have jobs or are at school
Hmm.
and can't give us more hours. But that's a good problem to have. But yeah, we're working our way there. So we're at 20 hours a week for most of our users now, and we're
That's
working on it.
that's great. So it really seems to be a strong trend lying in these really, as you pointed out, social activities. So that it really doesn't go on just playing or gaming, but really being social in a game. Like when we see this whole I don't know if it's only a hype. It seems to be the whole thing that Zynga do with like Farmville and so on. So it really seems to rocket this market. So and I think, what did they announce? Another incredible $150 million. So
Yeah.
just recently. So well, I don't know what they want to or why they need this like huge amount of funding or investment, but okay, let's say that they have their
They're,
strategy, but yeah.
well, they're building their own platform, aren't they? So they're not going to be Facebook dependent. So
Hmm.
building a computer game platform would require that amount of money.
And so in in what direction do you continue developing English Town? So also maybe a little bit away from this original World of Warcraft idea towards social, or let's say, I mean, you have it, but even more social, so more similar to these Farmville, Frontierville games, or um,
Yeah. It's actually, the value is in, we found we do need to have both. So a lot of these game style, problem-based learning type stuff, along with the social, and some people find themselves, they like the gaming thing, some people like the social thing,
mhm.
some people will do both, a minority of people, but there needs to be enough choice. If we only did one, we'd lose probably half our students. So, and also some people like having grammar classes, so we do have on the odd grammar class in the city, and things like that. So it is, I mean, we have a diverse range, well, those two main methods, but a diverse range of events going on as well, and topics and different characters. So it's offering the student as much choice and range as they can to sort of keep them interested and let them match it to how they want to learn.
Okay. So Shiv, that was very insightful, as always, I can say, and I think we were on the search for better education. So those who want to follow Shiv on Twitter, they should write at Shiv?
Shiv53.
At Shiv53, that's it. Otherwise, of course, on Facebook, Language Lab is on Facebook. So basically all social media possibilities to connect and to learn more about your company and see what Language Lab does.
Yep. You
Okay,
can find us online. Okay, thanks a lot.
perfect. Thanks a lot, Shiv. Again, was as always great talking to you. Thanks a lot for these insights, and was a pleasure.